Yeah, thought we saw some good things this weekend. It was exciting to get Nora back on the court, just get her kind of back in the flow of things. I think that was a great moment for the team and for her. I still think we're playing. I thought our offense was better this weekend. I still think our defense needs to take another step forward. We had some really big focal points last weekend that I thought we, like out of system setting. And, you know, I saw some progress in some things that we were very specific on that we had to get better at, coverage. And this week we're really focused on our defense. So we're hoping to make some strides and need to be ready to go against, you know, a UConn team and a Providence team that have struggled some. Providence is way better than they were last year. They've played people much tighter. And then UConn, you know, took a game from Marquette 2 weeks ago. So, you know, we're going to need to be ready to go.
You mentioned defensively as you guys were moving around a lot. That was maybe something that you wanted to clean up a little bit. What does that entail? How do you get that cleaned up?
Well, I think, you know, if you split step too late or get on your toes too late and you're moving or jumping one direction on contact, then you can't go the other direction. So, so we're doing a lot of stuff of, you know, make that move a little bit sooner and be balanced when that contact is made from the opposing hitter.
You talked to your team before Marquette about saying you don't need to motivate them or let them know anything. So what's been the message this week as you go into 2 matches trying to get results out of?
Well, I mean, my message is always the next match is the most important match of the season. And so that's kind of a mantra that we, you know, that we've done for years within our program. And I really lean on our leadership to make sure our team's mentally prepared. And they've done a good job of that. I think if anything, this group has put too much pressure on themselves. So I think sometimes when they struggle, they feel like they're letting people down, the coaches down. So if anything, we've really tried to pull back on having them feel that. We've talked a lot about process rather than outcomes. That's been a really big priority the last couple weeks with this team, because it's not that they aren't motivated and ready. I think sometimes they just feel so much stress because they want it so bad.
How do you try to talk them through that? Is that an adjustment for you coaching wise to see that side of things?
Well, no, because I think, you know, we've always been a team that will talk about some outcomes. You know, we set some outcome-based goals, but we really try to lead into process. But I think we're trying to talk about that more. So, for instance, with our passing, like we've told them a lot of passing numbers. We're passing this right now. We've got to be at this and we're at this. And instead, the last couple of weeks, we've tried to lean into our posture has to be great every single time. We need to hold our platform. So instead of, you know, telling them what they're passing, we're really locked into what they're doing fundamentally.
Not to go back to outcome-based things, but the offense is hitting 174 on the road in Big East matches and 358 in matches at home. That's quite a big difference there. Have you identified anything that happened this weekend that you feel like can translate? That you feel like you made strides offensively that you feel like can play in any gym?
Well, I think we've also played different teams.
Fair.
And we've only played 4 matches, I believe.
In each, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, you know, I just think it's apples to oranges to a degree. But, you know, we've known all the way going along. Even one of the matches on the road where we hit pretty well statistically, I didn't feel like our connection was great, you know, and I kind of felt that way on Sunday. I felt our connection was really good on Friday. So, you know, obviously you look at those numbers, but sometimes you just know, okay, we really were firing on all cylinders and we were connected all over the place. And other times you're like, well, we got some kills, but maybe we were tipping or maybe they rolled off and we just got a lucky kill. So I think, you know, it's more identifying whether we feel like we're, you know, whether our hitters are making good contact with Kendra.
Anything else?
What were your thoughts on the pumpkin carving contest?
Well, I just want it noted that I had told the coaching staff that I always think you go with trends. So I said, you know, you either go with the Taylor Swift thing, or I heard Bluey's really popular with the kids. I wasn't quite sure what it is. I still am not. But those were my recommendations. But the juniors took it and clearly were the best. I mean, they clearly won it.